Hey, I hope you're having a marvelous Monday. It's your favorite remote work enthusiast, Delilah, and you guys, I'm back with some hot leads. I have multiple US wide roles, and then I also have a few roles that you guys requested. So those are going to be limited because they're specific positions for specific locations, okay? Now, if you're like, Delilah, I want some specific positions for my specific location, drop me a comment with what you're looking for and what state you're in, and I got you. So we're going to go ahead and jump on in, but first take care of business by hitting that subscribe button, tapping that notification bell, selecting all. That way YouTube knows you'll want to hear when I post, and I post Monday through Friday. So glad to have you here. And now it is time to jump on in. All right, you guys, we're going to get right to it because these leads, they go fast and we've got stuff to do, okay? So the first company that I want to point out is a company called Connexus Credit Union. And this is a company that I have had the pleasure of sharing multiple times. This company is quite sizable, 501 to 1,000 employees. They're based out of Wisconsin and they have a pretty decent rating. So, not mad at it. Now, they currently have two roles that I want to spotlight. And to navigate to their positions, you can just hover over the About at the top and then select Careers. And then from here, you can select View Open Positions. And that is where you'll see what they have available. These are going to go quickly because they posted these on Friday. So a lot of folks didn't catch these before they start their weekend. And now that, I'm pointing them out, you guys already know that folks are going to close these down. So let's get into the first one. So jumping on in, the first lead that I want to spotlight from Connexus Credit Union is their member contact center consultant position. And they let us know that you are going to work in a fast-paced environment and you're going to be part of their frontline contact for members or individuals calling Connexus. So this is a phone-based role. And so you're going to have to provide best-in-class service on every single call with a focus on a one-call resolution. If you have a hunger to learn, a desire to help others, and thrive in change, join our team for the opportunity to be your personal and professional best. So this is a full-time role and it's going to be a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday schedule from 7 a.m. to 4:15 p.m. And then Thursday it's going to be 7:45 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday is going to be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So those are going to be the hours. And so they get into more of the responsibilities here, but since this is a credit union and people are going to be calling about their accounts, you can imagine the kinds of questions they're going to be asking about. So you just need 1 year of related experience that is required. You have to be able to follow established routines. You got to know how to use a computer, be coachable, and multitask. So this is a great opportunity. And if you love it, then I will put my best foot forward. And in the software, we have a template that is perfect for this position. I would absolutely use the bank call center resume template, and I would pair it with the bank call center cover letter template. That is the best combo. And remember, when you're using these templates, you are customizing them. But the key to the templates is the fact that they're already pre-filled out with ways you would want to phrase your experience, because we got to convey that we can do the role and that we have the experience in the background to do this job. That's how we connect the dots. And that's why the templates are so powerful, because they help us do that. We don't have to sit there and think in our thinking chair. It's already there. And then we got to update it with our info. So these templates are a game changer. The software makes customization a breeze and an ease. And you can just download, store all your resumes and cover letters in the software. And it's only $37 per month to use all of the templates in our library. We're always updating it. And we've got so many more coming. And we also have some really great things happening with the software. So if you want to not only make your job search a lot easier right now, but down the road, go ahead and lock in your pricing, okay? The folks who don't lock it in are gonna wish that they had. And more on that later, okay? Exciting things coming. So go ahead and get your application in. And now let's move on to the next hot lead. Now, also from Connexus Credit Union is their member financial representative position. What you're going to do in this role is you're going to provide the highest level phone support for all Connexus products and services. So daily tasks include opening new accounts for members and employees, building trusted relationships that lead to financial opportunities, and responding to inquiries left on the website and customer relationship management software. So this is like the same, but like kicking it up a couple of notches. So this role and this role are very, very similar. But if you're like, oh, I've done, a bank role before, this one might be like a better fit. Now, they don't have a higher level of requirement for this role. They are also looking for 1 year prior experience in sales or customer service. And then it says that an associate's degree is required. So I guess technically that associate's degree is like, hey, this is like our level up. But other than that, this position and the other one are very, very similar. So if you like this role, and they don't get into the schedule in detail for this role like they do the other one, but I would definitely apply to both. I would still use that same bank call center resume template, and I would try and make it, match more closely to this one, but I wouldn't submit the same resume twice. So, you're probably making just minor tweaks between this one and this one. So customizing might take you like 2 minutes. So I would definitely use the software and be on my merry way. And now let's move on to the next hot lead. So moving along, the next hot lead comes from Maximus, and I have shared this company so many times on my channel, and I will always be happy to share their leads because this is a company that is always hiring. Remember, they are a government contractor, so they have federal, state, all sorts of contracts with the government. They're getting a lot of opportunities all the time. So this is a company where like you can check their website every day and you might find something new every day. And you get to have a government contract, which, can open up a lot of doors. And it's a huge company with a good rating. So I'm always glad to share them. Now to navigate to their careers, you'll just select careers at the top. And then from there, you can search. I always leave it blank because it opens it up in a view that I personally prefer. That's just what I like to do. And then I select remote, or if you're open to hybrid, you can do that too. Or if you're like, Delilah, I just need me a job. Okay, I'll come into the office if I have to. They have all three for you. So I'm going to get into a lead right now. So jumping on in, this is for their customer service representative 2 CDC info position. And I've shared this role before. You're going to be in their call center, the CDC's call center, and you're going to provide information to the public, healthcare providers, and public health professionals. And so this position is a Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. shift. And then they let us know that you're going to need your own computer during the training period. And then it says once training is completed, the program will provide you equipment to use. They used a really dark highlight color, but if you just take your mouse and highlight over it, then you can see what the home office requirements are. So you just need to, have that level of internet connectivity, all very standard stuff. And this is available US wide. So to qualify, you need a high school diploma, 6 months customer service, admin, call center experience, got to be able to speak and write in English clearly and professionally, use Microsoft Office and a computer well. And then it says all CDC info personnel will be required by contract to undergo periodic program update training as the program changes. And then you'll also be required to sign a statement of understanding and non-disclosure, all very normal stuff for this type of work. So I like this one. And as long as this schedule works for you, hey, it's still team Monday through Friday, keep our weekends. You just work a little bit later, but that might allow you to do some other stuff you got going on, okay? In fact, speaking of other stuff, last week, okay, were you there or were you square? Because we went live with Working Solutions. And if you're looking for a flexible role that you can do part-time or full-time, and you can do in addition to what you're already doing, this just reminded me of this role from Working Solutions for their TurboTax contract. Watch this interview because we get into how to go there, apply, all of that. This was Sarah from the company. She's amazing. Okay. okay? But if you are someone who's like, on a schedule like this from 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m., you could do onboarding for a client like TurboTax. You could do the early morning session. Soon as you get done with that early morning session, and I think they said it either started at 8 or 9. But either way, you could find a client that has that early morning session and they're only like 3 hours. So then once you clock out from the training, which for this one was only 11 days, and a lot of times the training is going to be like maybe a week or 3. So you're only really juggling a lot for a few weeks max. You could then have a part-time and a full-time. So you could do your servicing in the morning. You might say, hey, I get up early, get the kids off to school. They go to school early. You might want to service for 3 hours in the morning, and then you clock into your full-time role. And so, from the morning time until you get off at 8, your schedule is completely packed with income producing activities. Okay. And that's how you can get ahead for what you really want to do. So anyway, I can get going. Okay. My brain works like, hey, how can I hustle and make it do what it do? And if that's you, then definitely check out, what Working Solutions has going on and this opportunity from Maximus. You could use the admin coordinator template. I think that would be great for this role. We also have a customer service 1 or 2 template, and we also have a general call center template. And either one of those, like, you cannot go wrong with customizing starting from one of those templates, and you can be on your merry way. So now let's move on to the next hot lead. Okay, you guys, I got to pick up the pace because I have a few more hot leads, and you guys know I can talk about remote work. Now, the next company that I want to spotlight is called Imaging Healthcare Specialists. This is a new to this channel company. They have a great rating, and they also are, a pretty sizable company, a lot smaller than Maximus, but, definitely quite a few people work there. And that's good if you like, being well connected with everyone and getting to know just about everyone. Now, to navigate to their careers, you can just go to the top and select careers, and this is a healthcare company. And so to navigate to their roles, just hit that button and then you can see what they have available. I'm going to get into this clinical support representative position right now. So jumping on in, this is for their clinical support representative position. This is a remote role, and they didn't have any exclusions, so it looks to be available US wide. Now we see the details, and I like this one because it didn't look like it was doing the most. Like it didn't look like it was one of those roles where they want you to do the most. It looked straightforward, and I know a lot of y'all have healthcare experience doing something similar. So you are going to provide essential support to their radiology team by ensuring timely and accurate assignment of imaging studies for radiologist review and interpretation. And so you're going to play a vital part in maintaining seamless workflows and high standards of patient care across outpatient facilities and hospital emergency departments. So you need a high school diploma, 1 year experience in hospital emergency, urgent care, or radiology department preferred. And then you need solid knowledge of medical and radiology terminology and anatomy, and you got to be able to communicate and, use a computer and all that. So I thought this was a great one. And if you do too, I would use either the general healthcare template, and this healthcare resume template is kind of like a healthcare admin type template, or you could use the healthcare call center template, either or. You can't go wrong. So that's what I would use for this role. And I thought it was a great one, very straightforward, nothing crazy. So get your application in, and now let's move on to the next company. So moving along, these next 3 leads are going to be, limited in location, and they're specifically for what y'all have requested. This one from Centera, it is going to hire in a handful of states. And Centera is another healthcare company. And if you go to their Glassdoor, you can see that they have a great rating. And this is a huge company, 10,000 plus employees. So we love these, major companies. They're great resume boosters. Now I'm already on their careers page. And so I'm just going to hit search. And then from here, I can, further customize my search. I'm going to go into a lead right now. So jumping on in, this is for their enrollment specialist position. And this role is going to hire in the following locations, okay? And so you're going to be responsible for all areas of enrollment, group information, and researching with response to all inquiries related to member, employer, and eligibility. You're going to provide quality service and customer satisfaction through accurate entry of data and communication communication to internal and external customers. So you just need a high school diploma, 1 year of customer service experience, and that is the lead, you guys, okay? So they talk more about the company here, but I thought this was a great one because it's like a good mix between data entry and document handling. And then they do mention internal and external communication. How you go about doing that, I'm almost certain a phone is involved, but I'm also certain that email is involved. Maybe even chat is involved, but you just have to be open to communicating by whichever means that is. But this is a great way to transition from I'm on the phones all day long and I hear ringing in my sleep to I'm in non-phone land or I'm in use a phone sparingly land. Okay. So this is a great one. And if you know, you know. So I would put my best foot forward and I would again call on that healthcare resume template. I would definitely do that one. We also have a lot of other specific templates for healthcare. You could also check out the patient account representative template. That might be a good one to use. And you could also go for our favorite, administrative coordinator template. There's a lot of templates you can start off with, but remember, we always customize, so we can mix and match. So that's the lead, and I would definitely put my best foot forward. And now let's move on to the next hot lead. So moving along, this next hot lead is very limited. It's only available for the folks in Florida. And this one comes from Molina Healthcare. I have shared many US-wide roles or, a lot of states included roles from Molina. This is a great rated company, another huge one, 10,000 plus employees. And to navigate to their careers page, which I'm already at, if you just go to their main site, scroll down, you'll see where it says careers and it'll take you here. And then you can just hit search jobs. I'm going to get into the lead. So jumping on in, this is for their medical records collector position, and this is available in the state of Florida. So they are hiring in the state of Florida only. So if you're anywhere else, don't bother, okay? Check their career site for roles that work for your location. And you are going to be handling medical records collection activities. You're going to do outreach to providers via phone, fax, mail, electronic medical record system retrieval. You're going to load medical records and reports, support annual HEDIS audit, provide project management support, participate in meetings, and some medical records collection related travel may be required. So, you'll find out more about that during the interview. But what really got my attention is the fact that this really isn't asking for a lot of stuff. 1 year customer service experience, preferably in an administrative support capacity in a healthcare setting. And then everything else is your general work from home stuff. So that's what really caught my attention. And if you've even done anything remotely related to admin or healthcare, especially if you handle medical records right now, yeah, you already know this is for you. So I would absolutely use the medical records resume template. It is perfect for this role, and I'd be on my merry way to remote work land. And so now let's get into the final hot lead. So jumping on in, the final hot lead is a new to this channel company called Arrowhead Credit Union. And this one is limited for just the state of California. I told y'all, I look at my comments, I am actually taking and fulfilling y'all's requests. And someone in my comments, a fellow mommy, wanted to do the Working Solutions role, but Working Solutions and many other 1099 contractors cannot legally operate in some states because of what y'all states have decided for y'all. So, not getting down that rabbit hole, but that's a state thing, not a company thing. Anyway, this is a part-time role that's going to take place at night, and it's for Cali. And so you can check out the company's, Glassdoor, great company, sizable company, awesome. And to navigate to their careers, you'll just scroll down to the bottom and select careers. And then from there, you'll be able to see their open positions. I'm going to get into this one right here. So for all of my folks in the state of California, okay, this is a card services specialist 1 position, after hours, it's part-time, and they let us know it's Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, the hours are 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday, the hours are 9 a.m. to 12 noon. You're going to have 2 days off per week, okay? So your schedule is going to fall somewhere within these confines. Maybe if you're doing the Monday through Friday schedule at night, night, you might get to keep your weekend, or, one of these weekend days, the time will work for you. But this is as flexible as you're gonna find. Trust me, okay? When it comes to California part-time. All right, so you're gonna be doing like a bank call center type role, and very similar to the earlier positions that I shared, you would need to be able to do all of that. So this is the lead, you guys, not asking for crazy experience, 1 year experience in something related, preferably if you've worked at a credit union or a bank or something having to do with card services. But here you guys go. I delivered, and I would use that bank call center resume template again for sure. So thank you guys so much. Use the software. Link is in the description box below. You already know. Next up on the resources list is Extra Leads Club. Save time, get results. All of these leads were featured in Extra Leads Club, and there are way more than these leads, okay? I always give you guys a sample because I like to try before I buy. And if you're like, Delilah, I need a work from home opportunity, I'm not finding leads like you. Well, that's what Extra Leads Club is. So for $10 a month, we can find you hundreds of verified hot leads, and you can, focus on customizing and applying using the software. They go hand in glove. And then last but certainly not least is my Amazon storefront. I receive a small commission if you purchase anything from here. Anything you need, Amazon's got for the low. Like, you cannot beat these computer prices. So check out my Amazon storefront. Join Extra Leads Club today for more hot leads. We also add state-specific roles. Those are lower competition, and we always have New York and Cali leads, by the way. And then also use the software because we've got the templates, y'all. So thank you so much for watching. I truly hope this has been helpful, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.